Hey there, it's Elke.
And Jen, and welcome to another Zazzle Tech Training, where we show you simple ways that you can improve your business to work smarter and not harder to live your dream life while working on Zazzle.
We are your hosts and coaches.
And we invite you to come every Thursday to watch a new Zazzle Tech Training with us. In this training, we're talking about how to group items and layers in the Zazzle design tool.
And the Zazzle design tool has really evolved over time, and it's helpful for us as designers who are trying to make money in the e-commerce space because we don't even need a design to like a graphics program anymore. They have so many functionalities here that are really useful to do really fun designs. So we're going to talk about a couple of ways that you can use these grouping options to really get the most out of the design tool.
Yeah, so the first thing that we want to show you is how to use the new menu option in the Zazzle design tool, which we spoke about last week in our Zazzle training as well, or in the other video in the Zazzle training, where you select three or more.
No, excuse me. I guess you don't have to refer it to the other video.
So the first thing that I want to show you is how to use the new menu tool using the layers. And you're going to select two or more layers in the layer option here. Or when you're clicking here, you can press the shift button down and select more or multiple layers as well. And then what you're going to do is right click. And this is the new menu option here, like this drop down menu that comes out, or pop up menu, and you can group right from here. And as soon as you click on group, it means that now it's one layer in your layers, so you can move this around as it were one type of layer or one object. And if you want to ungroup, then what we're going to do now is just click on the ungroup button, or you can right click and say ungroup as well. And now it'll split it back into the three different layers that I had previously. The next thing that I want to show you, using not specifically the group tool, but masking, which creates a group of two different items, is select two layers that you can mask on top of each other. And this is kind of interesting because I've created a design with a background color with this watercolor splash and then an oval. And what I'm going to do is, because the oval is on top of the watercolor, I'm going to click on the mask button when I have both of them selected, and the watercolor is actually going to pop into where the oval space is. So this allows you to create so many cool designs using the mask tool and using two different layers to have one go inside the other. And as you can see, it's created technically a quote unquote a group. So when you move this, it's moving the two layers together as if it were one. If you want it to get unmasked or to remove the group, all you have to do is have this layer selected and you click unmask, and it becomes the two layers again back to what it was originally. And we're going to let that load. Awesome. So the third thing that I want to show you is I've actually created a really cute little graphic here, a shape using three different shapes in the Zazzle design tool. So I've created a heart using two ovals and a triangle. And they're all separate. So if I were to move it around, you can see that there's three different pieces here. But if you want to actually create this design and move around this specific shape being the heart all at once without having anything happen to the dimension of the ovals or the triangle or the placement of them right now, you're going to select all three of these layers, and we can either click the group button up here, or we can right click on the heart and then we can click the group button. And as soon as we do that, then all of the three layers are going to be into one layer and it's in one group, and we can resize it, and then we can also even copy and paste it. I just copied and pasted it using my keyboard, but what you can do also is right click and you can say copy, and then we can right click again and we can say paste. And so we've got three hearts here from that one shape that we created using that group tool. So now we've created three different groups all together, and unfortunately you can't group groups, but what we can do is we can use this as a base for copying and pasting. We can create multiple different hearts using the group that we created going forward, and then you can move them quite easily without having any of the shapes be distorted within that group.
So even though it looks like you could tile it, but you can't at this point, but maybe Zazzle will put that as next functionality. But in the meantime, you can still use this group function to select a whole bunch of layers that you've put together. And for those that are using layer after layer and you've got like 30, 40 layers to create a design, this is going to make your life so much easier.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this training, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.